Morning guys, welcome to the stream. A little bit late to the scene, but what do we have? We've got another 2 or so minutes till we get to that, till our range is set. What's our bias this morning? We see price just dumped around 7:30. We had a huge sell-off. Our 50-minute. So I believe we've got gaps, guys. We have gaps. Gaps. Actually, we're almost at the midpoint. We're at the midpoint of the first gap. Will price try and fill those today? Will it continue to push down? On our 1 hour, we can see we're at support, guys. We're at a little bit of support, right? So if you're looking for a spot for price to reverse, you know, that's not a bad spot, right? Came here, what time was this? So let's see. Will we push through this level right here and continue to move down? Or will we try to fill some of this gap? So I'm looking for the move up, guys. I'm looking for the move up. So let's see what this 2-minute chart's gonna do. What's that gonna look like on the 2-minute? Keep in mind,
squeeze tracker buy detected.
Keep in mind we've got these nice resistance lines. We've got the 50 EMA, we've got the 105 EMA, the red line, and we've got the VWAP. So if we close, we do a break, we break above. Those are things to consider, guys. Even though we've got those huge magnets, those fair value gaps at the top, which is powerful. How powerful are these fair value gaps that we saw on the 15-minute and also a few on the 2-minute? Are these gaps strong enough to pull price through these resistance lines? I think they are. I think they are. I'm not so sure about this red line. That one, guys, that's a very powerful line. This red line right here. So and the VWAP, but the VWAP you could easily get 100 points. Get into that VWAP. So let's see.
Supercell detected.
Got a trend line. We're just gonna play whatever the market gives us, guys, because the market's gonna do what it wants to do. Yesterday's open range, we had a lower break into support, and I thought, well, you know, that's not gonna fly. And sure enough, that break went all the way. You know, that break was pure FOMO for me. Pure FOMO. So I don't know if I learned anything yesterday is always put one contract, at least one contract, on an open range break, because the market's gonna do whatever it wants to do, right? And these ARB trades, these are high probability trades, guys. These open range break, they carry a lot of weight.
Squeeze tracker buy detected.
So let's see what's going on here. Much better. So yeah, let's keep these lines in mind as we look for an upper break, because I don't know what's in our way.
Supercell detected.
kind of in a wedge right now. So let's see. Our bias is a upward move. We've got these fair value gaps that formed about 7:30. The market had a sell-off. We've got these huge fair value gap as seen on the 50-minute chart. We're currently almost at the midpoint of the first gap. Price would want to invert that and maybe try and go to the second gap. So we're watching on the 2-minute to see if we're gonna get a break and if we're gonna take that and do a quick scalp, get some points on that move. We look on the 1 hour and we can see that price is at a support level, right? So if price was gonna turn around, it's gonna be at this level, right? Where price previously reversed. So let's keep that in mind. Our 1 hour and our 50-minute is giving bullish signals. We're also at a support level right in here. So yeah, do we break this level, guys? We could very well be setting up a bear flag right here to break and continue the drop. We'll see. The 4 hour, if we look at the 4 hour, we're kind of supporting that theory because we just broke below this area. See this, guys? We broke below this area. We've closed. We had our bear flag. We broke that bear flag. So I could potentially see price continuing to move down. Right? And this is the higher, this is the 4 hours. So this has more, you would give this a little more respect than the 1 hour. So let's see where she goes this morning. $8.27. Usually I like when I get my break. $8.15. Our range is set. I want to see that break in. I want to see that break in like 20 or so minutes. 8:30 is a little bit. I don't want to see price ranging because that's not a good sign. I want it to break on at least the first couple of candles. Once the range is set, so 8:15, 8:20. Those are the ideal times. But we've got a nice wedge setting up here. If we break out of this wedge and we also break the lower range, I might jump in, guys. I might jump in. Again, just for the disclaimer, guys, this is for entertainment purposes. Trade at your own analysis, based on your own analysis, guys. Trading involves significant risk. So this is not financial advice. Okay, guys, just throwing that out there.
Alert. Price below open range. Alert. Price below open range. Alert. Price below open range.
Okay. We get it. Our indicators are starting to go berserk. We're coming up on a lower break. Let's see. We're breaking out of the wedge, and we just might break that lower range. We have news today. Let me check that. Is there news at 8:30? We do. Unemployment, red folder.
Alert. Price above open range.
News, guys. 8:30. Are we gonna break on news? I usually stay out of those breaks at news. Those are no good. Those are no good.
Alert. Price above open range.
This might be that push, guys. This news just might push us to fill those gaps.
Alert. Price above open range.
This news just might fill both those gaps. But we still have those resistance lines. We're coming up on the blue line. I think news and the fair value gap is enough to make the push all the way through. Nope. No break. No break. We're still inside the range, guys. But I suspect we're gonna get a move to the up or the downside very shortly here. And it's gonna be a huge candle. So if you were gonna take a chance, I would say take it now.
Alert. Price above open range.
Just waiting on a clean break. Just waiting on a clean break. Our signal tracker is starting to look bullish, although weak.
Alert. Price above open range.
So let's see. We just might take,
Order submitted.
if we get the break here, we just might jump in.
Alert. Price above open range. Alert.
There it is.
Price above open range.
We get the close. Do we get the push, the continued push? Price coming back. Price coming back. Okay. Let's see. Who's stronger? The 50 EMA or this
Alert.
news plus fair value gap pull? Will she go? Will she go?
Price above open range.
Come on. Looking to put our stop below that midpoint and see. And this is one contract just because of the risk. We're breaking into resistance. It's news. And so there are no guarantees. You know, the 50 EMA, the blue line, the red line could turn price back. As you can see, we're right at the blue line, but it's news, so we expect some momentum if we get continuation. So will she go? Come on. Our signal tracker indicator is saying bullish. We've got all greens. Our MACD is bullish.
Order filled.
There it is. Put that there. Just below our midpoint. And we just hope that 50 EMA is weak enough and doesn't turn us back. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. So one of my rules, guys, is to never buy a break into resistance. See, we've got those lines, the 50 EMA. We've got the red line. It's news, so I've kind of broken my rules here, but that's why I have one contract. You know, it's one micro. Versus 25 contracts. So just testing the water here. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out. Is there hope for me? Is there hope for me? Our signal tracker is still bullish and growing. There she goes. Is there hope yet? Come on, baby. Come on. Get away from me. So this is why, guys, you have to just assess your risk, right? I put one contract on here. You know, I have 25 contracts locked and loaded, 50 contracts. But depending on the setup and your risk level, I didn't trust that 50 EMA or that 105 EMA. Those are resistance lines. And you see price rejected and totally wicked off that 50 EMA. That's why I'm in this spot right now and about to get stopped out. So assess your risk. I lost this one, but you know, only $100. I would be sweating if I had 25 contracts on here, but that wouldn't make sense. You know, so you assess your risk and you size up or size down based on that risk. Come on. I don't know. Will the 20 MA save me? We've got one rejection off the 20 MA. We've got the midpoint. That's also sometimes a safety, a shield. But I don't know. Our signal tracker is starting to turn bearish, and their price is turning bearish. When you see that, that means our 15-minute just turned bearish. Can the 20 MA hold? That's the question. Can the midpoint hold? We've got the 20 MA and we've got the 50 EMA battling. There it is. There it is. There it is. A risky trade, but you know, expect these kind of results, guys, when you take a risky trade. I mean, every trade is risky. Nobody knows what the market's gonna do. It's gonna do what it wants to do, right? So we just, let me draw my trend line. Sometimes I do these little hocus pocus, putting my trend line in front of price to kind of keep it away. Sometimes it works, but I don't think nothing's gonna help. We're down to the midpoint at this point. The midpoint on our fake imaginary trend line. Well, it's not imaginary, but it really should be here, which would stop me out, right? So I'm putting it there. This is what.
Please tracker cell detected.
There it goes. That's bad. Signal tracker says sell. So that means that's a strong. We're in a sell zone. We're in a sell zone. That's not what I wanted to see. There she goes. There she goes.
Stop filled.
There it is. Got stopped out, guys. But you know, this was a bad trade. But such is the open range. Sometimes you see resistance and you avoid it, and price breaks through, continues the move. Sometimes you take a chance and you get bit. So this blue line, this is the 50 EMA breaking into resistance is a red flag for me, but I put one contract just to see where it goes. And sure enough, that 50 EMA held. If we look back on yesterday's open range, if I can find that, yesterday morning we broke, no, that's the 9. Yesterday morning we broke, there was resistance here, we broke, I didn't take the trade, and look at this, look at the move, price kept going easy, 50 points. So sometimes you see resistance, it's up to you, you've got to make the call. Plus my bias was bullish. We've got these fair value gaps from the sell-off this morning, but it looks like price is going to continue to move down. We're approaching another break here that I don't know. I might jump in on this again.
Price below open range.
If it's a solid break, I might try another one.
Alert. Price below open range.
Okay, we can hear it. Am I gonna revenge trade here, guys? I'm right around that zone, but let's look at the 15-minute. We see 50-minute, we're trying to close. We created this bear flag and it looks like we're about to break. If we break and close below that bear flag
Price below open range.
and that support zone, that might be a trade we might want to jump in. So let's see. If we get a close here, I'll put 3 contracts. Oh, we didn't get a close. So I'm dialing up 3 contracts. If we get a clean break here, we rejected. We broke out of the wedge. Are we retesting that wedge and then move down? Looks like we're just ranging right now. Let's see if we can get a trade by 9. That's when I close out the 8 a.m. ORB session, guys. So let's see. Another 4 to 5 minutes. Then it's just dead. We'll take the L. And we'll go for it another day.
Alert. Price below open range.
Do we get the break here? Nope.
Alert. Price below open range.
No, it's not. That lower range is holding.
Price below open range.
Was that a break? I don't think it was. Just barely broke. And that's too weak for me, guys. That's like, I need a clean break where the body crosses the line. These hairline breaks are just too weak. And as you can see, price reversing immediately. holding something. This is some kind of news. We had news at 8:45. Yeah, this is definitely. The sharks have entered, guys. The sharks have entered. Can we go for a ride with the sharks? If we get a break. It's a big, strong candle. That's a big bullish candle, guys. It's not a break, but it could carry. Come on, just gonna stick to the plan. We don't trade engulfing candles. We trade the break of the upper or lower ranges. So I'm gonna call it a morning, guys. Take that one small L. We live to fight another day. All right, I think the market's just ranging too much for me, and I'm not gonna force a trade. We got a bullish fair value gap here. Do we retest that and continue to move up? Price again rejected at the 50. At the 50 EMA. So it's been holding. Do we come down, test, and then move up? Looks like we just might invert this fair value gap. And if we do, we're pretty much back at square one, you know, just continue to range. So yeah, I think it's a sideways market, guys. So I'm gonna call it a morning. This 8 a.m. orb was a bust, and we'll go get it another day. I'm not even biting on this. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care. See you on the next one.